Terra USD actually rocketed on the weekend dump, and Luna dropped by 20%. So a coordinated attack on Terra ecosystem occurred this weekend on the 7th of May, and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of USD was actually dumped on Curve Finance. This happened together with an increase in short interest in Terra Luna and a surge in Twitter volume that led to Ponzi globally for a few hours. Now, several accounts in crypto Twitter posted tweets with screenshots of the moment USD actually dropped to 0.992, as the breaking news that the dollar peg had actually broken down. Now, some even declared it a moment in history. Now, pegging it was short-lived, as the current price for UST, as Binance shows. This actually, the volume on the curve sourced to three times that Uniswap as someone started selling UST en masse. So it started to depeg. Now, it was met with a great resistance, and the peg was actually restored. And that was coming from a statement from Curve. Now, Deegan Spartan was one of the first to notice the issues on Curve, as well as a highlight on $2 billion drop in locked assets on Anchor from 14 billion to 11.7 billion. Now, after the tweet, it dropped even further in the steepest decline since January. Two wallets withdrew a total of $372 million from Anchor in one day. Now, Do Kwon actually replied to the event saying, "By the way, if y'all girls are gonna FUD, try to do it during my waking hours, please. So Terra Chain is 24/7, but I am a new father, for crying out loud." He also retweeted the following: "Today's attack on Terra Luna was deliberate and coordinated. 285 million USD dump on Curve and Binance by a single player, followed by massive shorts on Luna and hundreds of Twitter posts. So pure staging. The project is bothering someone on the right path." Now, as a knock on effect, the total supply of Luna made its first significant increase in months as a result of activity, with 581,000 Luna being minted. Now, in part, this is going to be responsible for a decline in the price of Luna over the past 24 hours, and the price hit $59 before rebounding to around 66. At the bottom, Luna had fallen 25% amid the UST chaos. Now, that concerted attack, or did investors simply withdraw organic as the yield dropped? Or did the crypto Twitter onslaught of negativity cause a snowball effect? Now, the information is still being parsed, but for now, Terra Luna is the third biggest stablecoin by market cap in the world. And that is all. We're going to keep a touch on that as well. Next in the news, we have Bitcoin nosedived to 34,000 as fear and greed index registers extreme fear. Well, of course, right now today is trading at much lower, but Bitcoin is on track for its sixth consecutive week of losses, and the longest losing streak up until now. Now, a confirmation of this pattern is portend additional losses for the most popular cryptocurrency in the world. Now, a part of this giving as a result is tremendous panic actually returned to Bitcoin market following its recent downturn. And according to different data, it may caused by whales. Now, this week, Bitcoin is one of the most precipitous declines in 2022, investors anticipating a drying up of cash. Now, Bitcoin did crash here. Now, Sunday's CoinGecko data indicated that Bitcoin actually dropped by 7.5% over the previous week, and it's actually trading in the near lows for around 2022 at around 34,637. Now, Bitcoin and Greed Index has again reached the extreme fear level as the price of cryptos continues to actually crash. Now, the Fear and Greed Index is the lowest level since late January, with a reading of 18, as this is announced. Now, the metric has not been such a terrible shape since late January. The Bitcoin actually dropped to 33,000. March's highs for Bitcoin actually eroded. It was 34% lower than the peak of 47,900. Now, this Fear and Greed Index actually shows the lowest level since January with a rating of 18. The validation of 6 weeks is likely to send traders at a very pessimistic level to reduce their positioning or rebound. Now, it fell $10,000 in a single month and included the month below 40K. Now, May is not started off rather good either, because it soared to 40,000 following FOMC meeting, and then it announced that it will hike interest rates by 50 basis points instead of 75 basis points. However, this increase was actually short-lived. In other news, we also have that bleeding as celebrations about interest rate hike, which kind of coincides with our last news. Now, the leading cryptocurrency actually down by 7.85% in the last 24 hours, and it hit 36,472 during the intraday trading. Now, celebrations engulfed in the Bitcoin market because of about the now Federal Reserve's interest rate has increased by 0.5%, actually turned bullish, but still various indicators showed that caution was not to be thrown in the wind. Post Fed optimism evaporated as the crypto market continued digesting the tightened monetary policy as well. And a higher rate environment actually pushed by Bitcoin into a tight spot because the leading crypto had been trading between around 36 to $41,000 range for several months. Now, Tiang Hung, the CEO of Hong Kong-based crypto investment, said, "quote The technical picture in Bitcoin remains poor in the spite of less hawkish Powell. Bitcoin failed to regain 40,000, hence this pullback." Now, as equity markets in the US are reversing yesterday's gains, cryptos is following suit. And one more thing, we have Tron token just outperformed a crypto crash, and we're going to go over this as to why this happened. So, but the purchase of about 504 million Tron stablecoin reserve, now, this purchase happened on the open market, and as such, the inflationary for the token. So it's up about 6% in the last 24 hours as a 0.08443. In comparison, the crypto market sank 0.7% in the same period. Now, the Tron Dow Reserve, which actually is backing the stablecoin USDD, said it bought around $38.99 million worth of 504.6 million Tron tokens. Now, to mention that they have taken a step in order to safeguard the overall blockchain industry and the crypto market as well. They recently launched a stablecoin USDT, surpassed a total circulating supply of $200 million. Now, the USDT token actually managed to reach the milestone in around 48 hours. 24-hour trading volume surged by 30% to $18.2 million, and the bulk of the adoption looked like it was being driven by USDT's 30% yield, which is the highest offered by any stablecoin on the market. So Justin Sun's recent announcement actually launched of the USDT stablecoin actually helped the Tron token to surge amid the recent crypto crash, and the price actually skyrocketed by 30% in the last week, while the largest crypto Bitcoin actually tumbled by over 7%. So Tron's 24-hour volume is up by 20% to $3.6 billion, and that's according to CoinMarketCap. And Tron, of course, is the 18th largest token with a capitalization market of around $8.36 billion as well. All right, guys, that's all we have for the news today. Do subscribe, drop a comment below, and follow us for all of your crypto news.